What is up, my Squirrelites? It's Zaire King, welcoming you to a brand new Let's Play, one of my all-time favorite games, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix. This is going to be something interesting. Alright, so we're going to start off right off the bat. I'm going to give myself a name, which I don't think I can enter capitals. As you can see, the shift button's grayed out, so I'm just going to go Squirtles, because that's all that's going to fit, because I can't fit my entire full username, because there's a character limit, and it sucks. Okay. So, in fact, that's all that fit. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition Remix came out for the PlayStation 2. I believe it also came out for the original Xbox. Third in the series. Reason I'm just starting with the third is because I'm not really a fan of the first two. And I might do the one that came after this later, but I'm not entirely sure. Also, this is the Remix Edition. There was an original one, just Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition, which had a career mode, but no Tokyo challenge. We'll be getting into that later. That's really what makes the Remix Edition, I guess, the best. But yes, anyways, train. What we're going to do right now is we're going to start off by going into the options, and I'm going to make a couple changes. First things first, I'm going to go to the audio options. I am going to turn the music volume way down. I'm not sure that's really going to make a huge difference for me, but I would like to get rid of that. I'm not too worried about the copyright infringements as far as, third-party match. I can't, get monetization on my videos. I don't care about that. All I care about is just you being able to view my videos, but I still want to keep the music on because that kind of adds to the effect of the game. It's really kind of crappy if it's just silent. It really does take a lot out of the game as far as like the I guess the quick pace that it has going for it. And when I mean quick pace, oh man, this is one of the most fast-paced and one of the most difficult games you will ever play. It is technically a racing game, but we will get into it as we go. So I'm just going to purchase a vehicle and get this thing started. This game was made by Rockstar, by the way, so it is very much Grand Theft Auto-esque. But this is E10, and it's not the same kind of game at all. It's much more a racing game.
Tighten up the suspension and added a sway bar for less body roll. Oh, and I upgraded the brakes. And now she's riding on a set of 20-inch shoes. What are you talking about the money for? Do you understand the work that goes into this? The love? You're lost, fool. Hey, I gotta go. So you're baby's boy, huh? The one who says he's into cars. Cool. So what you into, Holmes? I got only the best cars. Something fast for the import tuner scene. A truck. Or maybe something classic. Or if you got the feria, I say, something luxury. Cause here at 619s, we got it all. All aftermarket stuff, bodywork, and under the hood. Make it fast and make it beautiful. Hey, but I ain't no salesman. So go look through the cars, pick out what you want, and don't try to get funny with the price, cause this ain't the ghetto. So, baby says you like to drive with some speed, eh? Well, I can hook you up. It's all about car club down here, Holmes. Whatever you buy, there'll be somebody that will want to race it. That's the vibe down here. Beautiful cars and fast driving. Insanity, essay. So, give me a call, or I'll give you a call. Hook you up with some car clubs, Holmes.
That character right there is Oscar. He is the mechanic at 619, which is the one garage that you'll be accessing in our first city of the game, San Diego. I didn't really speak over that much, mostly because I don't have subtitles on yet. I'll have to change that later. But anyways, starting off the game, we're going to be just selecting a car. There's only 6 cars to be had at the very beginning of the game, but basically they all have their ups and downs. We'll be getting into those. There's a lot to get into in these first few episodes, so bear with me. This is one that is new to the Remix Edition. It also added more cars. This is the Scion TC. It is the cheapest of all the available cars, but it also has the lowest speed. However, or the lowest stats, as you can see in the left, it's much lower than these ones over all these other selective or cars you can select, which are, you can get 64 Impala, 78 Monte Carlo. I believe this is it's the Golf, and then the SRT4. This is the Jetta, then the Eclipse, and then you have the Scion TC. Scion TC again, lowest stats, but it also has the most potential for the upgrades, so you can upgrade it more because you'll have more money left over, or you can upgrade its look more if you want. because you'll have a lot more money left over out of the 22,000. That's really how this kind of works. I'm actually going to go with the Eclipse here. That is usually the car I pick right off the bat, even though it's going to leave me with like almost no breathing room because it's only going to leave me with 800 bucks left. I'm going to purchase it, and I'm going to show you is the customizing options. Okay, so we have the performance shop, detail shop, body shop, and the color shop. Performance shop is where you upgrade your actual parts. So you can go to auto upgrade here, which just upgrades whatever is available or whatever it considers to be the best for the money you have left. You can also just do it one by one, upgrading each one. Like I can upgrade the tires here, but they're incredibly expensive, so I'm actually going to back out of that real quick. But yeah, there's all sorts of things you can upgrade to increase your stats. As you can see, my acceleration is terribly low, but my top speed and handling, they're decent. And then we also have the detail shop. This is where you can get decals all over your car, vinyls. You can change your license plate, whatever it says on your license plate and whatnot. The customization options are widely varied in this game. That really encourages that a lot. I'm going to be saving most of the body and detail and color work for off-screen stuff throughout this game, mostly because it's just kind of a time waster, and it's really just kind of personal preference, really. But body shop is one I do want to show off because this is usually most people's favorite place to go. There's all sorts of different upgrades you can get. However, you have to unlock most of them throughout the game. As you can see, we get up to, let's see, where is it going to stop us? Or are we seriously going to have all of these upgraded? Okay, no, yes. Okay, we went up to 16. 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, they are all locked. Cannot use those yet, but we can purchase all the others. They're quite pricey, as you can see, just for this upgrade. But you can change the look of your car with these. It's pretty cool. You can also change the rear bumper, your side upgrades, your hoods, spoilers, tail lights, exhaust tips, and you can change all of that. And then you can also change your rims under the wheels option and your tires. And then under the color shop, you can change, well, the paint job, and you can also change your window tint, your rim color, your vinyl, or is it not your vinyl, your trim around the entire car, brake calipers, your exhaust, neon. You can even change the nitrous color that shoots out, because yes, there is nitrous in this game. Ooh boy, green nitrous, how does that look? And then you can also change your HUD for, well, in-game, so when you actually see your HUD, you can actually even turn that off, so it really doesn't matter that much. And I believe it's free unless you do a custom color scheme. But yes, that is basically all of the different upgrades we have here. I'm going to quickly go into the performance shop, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can get any engine upgrades. Let's see. So as far as our turbo goes, I'm just going to, it really doesn't matter which manufacturer you pick, but I'm just going to install that part. That's going to upgrade my speed just a little bit, and that is all I'm going to do in here. And then what we can do, we're going to exit the garage. It's going to save the game, and then we will actually be able to start the gameplay. Again, bear with me, there's a lot to explain here. There are going to be tutorials, but I'm going to skip over all of those, and I'll basically explain them myself. So right off the bat, we have our first type of race. This is called an ordered race. These are the most common in the game. Ordered races, basically, the game is an open world map in San Diego, and then we have 2 more cities to unlock in career mode, and then there's the Tokyo Challenge. Ordered races, they're just checkpoints throughout the city. You have to hit in order. They're set up in a race-style format, and you have to be the first to reach the end. So I'm going to start off right off the bat here, just kind of showing you how it works. Controls are basic. X to drive. R1 is your handbrake. Square is your regular brake. Circle is just your headlight change. It really doesn't matter much. Triangle is how you change your view. I like to go with this this distant view, mostly just because it gives me a lot of room to look, especially because of the traffic. That is one of the big reasons this game is kind of difficult. There is a lot of traffic to dodge. And although the traffic is pretty light right now, there will be lots of races where it is incredibly heavy. R1 for handbrake is also a great way to drift around corners, as you can see I just did right there. The drifting gets a lot more complicated when your cars are faster, so that was actually a pretty easy drift to make. You have to be very good at it, controlling how far and how long you drift so you don't crash into walls. On our HUD, we have our RPM meter is the little black one. The yellow one is our speed, and then the little red meter that goes around it is our health. And when that fills up completely with the little red light or red color you see down there, your car is out and done with. Red checkpoint means the end, and that's really all there is to it. So yeah, that was the first race, Rites of Passage. Easily the easiest race in the entire game, but it is going to get harder from here. It starts out incredibly simple, But by the time you reach just the second city, oh,
Hey,
this game
Holmes.
gets insane. They also are. This is about the navigation system. There's a map in the bottom left corner you can use. If you press, I'm gonna also show more things here as we get into cruise, because when you're not actually in a race, 99% of the time you're just cruising around the city, and the entire thing is open world, and that's how you get to other locations. I'm going to show off the map right here by pressing up on the D-pad. This is the entire map of San Diego, and just to give you kind of an idea of how big it is in relation to us, I'm going to start driving around just to show you. It's pretty large. It's not like, you know, Grand Theft Auto 5 large, but it's pretty large. And then you can see the map in the bottom left. You can also press select to go into a map menu like this, where you can also you get a more detailed map, but you can't drive while looking at it. As you can see, we have these right here, these little blue icons. The green icon is us. The blue icons, these are challengers. We can race them to progress the story. That's really how we progress the story, is by beating challengers. There are more to them though. We also have the garage here, which we can get to it. You can set the garage as a target to get to it faster, and then we will have an arrow in the top left that points the way. This not being Grand Theft Auto 5, but being an E10 rated game, we cannot run over and kill pedestrians. Sorry if that kind of turns you off from the game. I would like to actually set a different target. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set Vanessa, the one who came up, as our target, and we're going to head straight to her. There are other things that are going to pop up, like championships, single races, all sorts of stuff. Oh man, this is a lot to explain. I'm so sorry. Bear with me, but we can. Those are other things we can access to progress the storyline, and I'll be getting into those as they each pop up. So Vanessa is going to be right over here, I believe. Yeah, so let's head over this way. If you total your car in a race, it just resets, but it takes a lot of time, because it takes time out of your race and it hurts you. If you do it in cruise mode, you restart cruise, and it's kind of weird. Anyways, let's press circle to start. So we got to meet her at the race, which is that red glowing dot on our map. A few more things I'll be getting into as far as race mechanics go. Another big thing in this game, and I love to flip myself over. I'll talk about that in a bit. Another thing I love doing in this game, or I love about this game, is the speed. They have nitrous options in this game, which we will get later. Our card is not fitted for any at the moment, so we can't use them. But there is an alternative to it. There's a thing in this game called Slipstream Turbo, which you get by drafting behind a car for a certain amount of time. On the HUD above the RPM meter, there's a big kind of curved bar that goes up on the whole right side of the screen. If you drift behind a car long enough, that's going to fill up. When it fills up, and no, this is not me doing it right now, it also fills up when you are holding the handbrake down and the gas at the same time, because that's another mechanic. But when it fills all the way up and you press R2, you will get a Slipstream Turbo, which is kind of like, it's almost like a nitrous, but you can have unlimited of them as long as you keep going behind other cars. A nitrous, you only get a certain number of shots per race, so because then you run out of tanks and you can't use it anymore. That thing I did at the beginning, though, where I was holding R1 and X, that right there is called, I forget the name of that. I can't remember what it was, but it's a very effective technique for getting a good start in a race. It's kind of how you blast out of the gate with a lot of speed, and it gets you a good head start. That's why I do it. You want to basically hold R1 and X down and let it just hold it until the race starts. And the second the race starts, release it, and if your timing is good enough, you will get a really good break, basically. Okay, so let me see if I can not crash into too many things. And that's the end right there. Kind of destroyed everybody. My last favorite thing I want to talk about is weight transfer. You do this by holding L1, and you can go up on a wheel. You can do it on both sides, and you can also use this to flip your car over. That's one of my signature things to do whenever I finish a race. I enjoy doing it a lot. But yeah, that was the first race against Vanessa. There are going to be 2 more races. You get prize money for it, and you advance the storyline just a little bit. When you beat her for the 3rd time, that's when you really get your true reward. Anyways, well, actually, you know what? I think we'll finish off racing Vanessa. I think I'll make this first part a longer episode. Okay, that's what it's called. It's called Burnout when you do that at the very beginning of a race. You don't actually have to sway your car like they were kind of showing right there in the cutscene. That's totally optional. You don't have to technically do that. You can just do what I did and just hold in place R1 and X and then release at the right time to get a good start. But then from that point on, it really is just dependent on your car's acceleration stat. There are I believe, over 200 vehicles to pick from in this game, so lots of different options. I'm not going to be getting into every single one, however, we will be unlocking every single one because I am going for 100% in this game. This game is a huge part of my childhood, and I love it to death, and I've 100%ed it several times, not without tons of frustration though, and you will probably see that in this Let's Play here and there. Oh my gosh, that was a pretty sweet drift around that turn, making use of that crash I got into. But yeah, I will be getting. That was just stupid. Okay. But yes, I will be getting into all of it. Probably going to have a lot of frustration because I am going to get my ass handed to me here and there because it's been a while since I played this game. But heaven knows I love it to death. So this right here, this is the circuit race, meaning there are laps. We have to go around the exact same path more than once. There's going to be 3 laps to this one. Cool thing about a circuit race, though, is if you do have a nitrous unlocked or a nitrous upgrade, every single time you finish a lap, your nitrous will be replenished. So if you, like, let's say you have 2 shots in your tank, you can use 2 on. You can basically use 6 in the entire race, which, if it's the 3-lap race, which is, it's pretty cool. It's another way to strategize when you're racing. It also gives you time to kind of figure out where you want to use your nitrous shots, because if you're going to use them right before a turn, you're pretty much going to screw yourself. And you need to use them kind of on open roadways where you have lots of room, and you won't kind of go out of control, because the nitrous basically, when you shoot that thing out, your speed is going to increase about 3-fold. Even if you're at top speed. It's pretty insane. And when I get it, I can't wait to show you it. Oh, that's an iffy jump. If I were to miss that jump and fall in the water, I would immediately lose the entire race. So, alright. Let's just keep going around this. We have one more lap to do. Again, it's really tricky learning how to kind of dodge the cars too. Sometimes you can just kind of stay on the median to get out of their way. But eventually throughout this game, you're going to have to start racing on the freeways. Oops. That was a mistake. You have to start racing on the freeways, and those are the instances, especially when the traffic level is very, very high, that you're going to have to really get good at avoiding and dodging cars, because it becomes quite the art as you go throughout this game. This is a very challenging game. It's not easy. There is a lot required of you. You have to have a lot of focus when playing, which is why this is going to be a very interesting Let's Play, because I have to talk and manage my commentary while playing. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch, I'm sure, and it's going to be even more fun for me to do. Yeah, but I'm starting to accumulate quite a bit of money. I don't plan on keeping the Mitsubishi Eclipse for very long though, so I'm not going to invest a lot of time and money into the car. So it's probably going to just look this way for quite a while. Well, not quite a while, because we're not going to have it for quite a while. It's probably going to last another 2 episodes, and then we will be unlocking a car that I plan on using for a while. This game is decently long, especially if you're going for 100%. It's probably going to be about a 60-70 part LP at the max. I don't think I could promise any less than 50 parts though, because it's a long game. It is a long game. There is a lot to it, but every single race is unique and different. And even though it all takes place in the same city, it's insane. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, was the Slipstream Turbo that I just executed by getting behind Vanessa, pulling that off. That's basically how it works. I just kind of drafted behind her for a second and then shot out of the gate. It's something that you're gonna have to take advantage a lot of if you're not able to keep the lead and or you're up against very, very quick cars. There will be some races in this game where you're just absolutely no match with pure speed and power. So you're going to have to Slipstream Turbo a lot if you want to win. There are also always plenty of different routes you can take to get through, and you have to just kind of, based on your immediate judgment and reflex, decide which route is the best to take. Sometimes the CPUs will take different routes. I would not follow them. I would just go on your, just kind of your first instinct on what you think is best. I don't have any particular race memorized in this game. There's none, because there are so many different ones, it's almost impossible to memorize all of them. You just kind of, it's all basically, oh shoot, oh that hurt a lot. Oh, that's not good. Okay, it's all gut instinct, really. You just kind of have to just go with what your first reflex is and hope that it works. And if it doesn't work, you're kind of SOL. So, just basically play to the best of your ability and hope nothing goes wrong. Unfortunately, I got slammed by that trolley there, so I lost a lot of time, but I've retaken the lead and hopefully I can maintain that lead. Oh, that was quite the drift. Okay, so let's just hopefully keep that lead. By the way, your CPUs, your opponents are not. It's not like they will not have advantages of their own. They also have nitrous shots. They can also get slipstream turbo. They are pretty. They're decent AI. I can't say they're good AI because they do have their moments, but they can be very very challenging at times. And with that, guys, we have finished racing against Vanessa. So I'm now going to show you the rewards we've gotten for beating her. Unbeatable Street Racers challenge you. This is going to be another mechanic that I'm going to explain in the next episode. And we also unlocked manufacturer vinyls. These are basically the vinyls that will depict things on, like on this particular car, for instance, car. There are other types of vinyls such as flame vinyls, checkered vinyls, stripe vinyls,